Hello guys, this is going to be a different video than usual. This is going to be a rental car tour and review. This is a 2017 Mitsubishi Lancer ES. And first of all, I didn't even know rental companies still rented these cars out because Mitsubishi's discontinued the Lancer. This is probably one of the last ones in their fleet. But this was rented from Budget Car Rentals here in Tampa. Go ahead and talk about the key. This is the key that the Lancer has. The same key as the Mirage with no blank plate though. It has a trunk popper. Avis tag. Or this is a budget car, I'm sorry, not Avis. And one of the first things I noticed about this little car is all the damage this thing has. This license plate is not very nice. That should not. And then also, with the rest of the car, as you can see, the bumper clips are popped out here. So this car was whacked off of something at some point in its life. And yeah, it looks like they didn't really even try to fix the damage. There's tons of scratches along the skirt, and down here on this door, there is, you can see the grease pen there. Yeah, that looks like they would have scraped on something because it's all the way through, and it's already got surface rust on it, so that's not good. As you can see, the back is very scratched too. Just tons of scratches all over, pretty dirty. And when we got the car, let me unlock it. The back seat, actually, it still is kind of filthy. Let me see, okay, yeah. I know we went to the beach, but we only got sand on the floor, and I shook the mats out the other day. But there's just tons of, like, look at this. This is unacceptable for a car. I know this is a 30,000 mile rental car, but this is not really acceptable. As you can see, the armrest console thing is very filthy. Yeah, so that's not, we're not off to a good start just from the exterior. Oh, one last damaged spot I forgot to point out. If it'll focus. Yeah, you can see that the bumper is cracked, so someone whacked the front of this car. Like, look at this with this plate. That should not be able to come off that easy. Now, I get it, this is a rental car and it's going to have a little bit of damage because it has 6 to 10 different drivers over the course of a month, but that's just unacceptable. A car should not be this messed up. It doesn't want to focus. But anyway, yeah, Budget really dropped the ball on this car. We feel it was the rental lady. She was trying to upsell us. About 6 different times she tried to upsell us to a larger vehicle, to a insurance thing, which we have full coverage on our insurance, so we shouldn't need to be worrying about that. This was a mid-size class, which is a Hyundai Elantra or similar, which, first of all, a Hyundai Elantra is not a mid-sized car. It is a compact car. Anyway, we think the rental lady didn't want to, she gave us the crappiest car in the lot because we did not buy into any of her upselling stuff, because she asked us what kind of car we wanted. What kind of car my dad drove on a regular basis, since he was the driver on this trip, since I'm not 18. And he drives a Tahoe normally, which you guys have seen. And he told her that, and she tried to upsell us to a Tahoe or a Ford Expedition. And it's like, there's just 4 of us here and a little bit of luggage. We don't really need a Tahoe that gets like 14 miles to the gallon for a 5-day beach trip. So, with that being said, we'll go ahead and take a look on the inside of this car. As you can see, this is just real quick, easy to release. These doors, also, this handle feels like this is gonna snap off in my hand. And then this door, it's all right. We'll go ahead and get inside. So as you can see, 5,800 miles, 15 months till the next service. But as you can see inside this car, It's all right. There's some nice soft touch stuff here. Glossy plastic here, real hard plastic, but I expect that in Mitsubishis. The problem is I don't hate Mitsubishis. I like the Outlander and the Mirage. I'll explain the Mirage sometime if anyone cares to know. But, you know, you got your power window switches and stuff. Your traction control off, some more blanks. Thing for the OBD port, which I'm sure someone at some point has popped off thinking it was storage. You got your tilt wheel. As you can see, we've affectionately named the car Stacy, so that's nice. And gauges look alright. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start the car up. You just put the regular old key into the keyhole and start it up. I didn't get it this very loud, but I probably will tomorrow morning. Turn down the radio. This car sounds like it has an exhaust leak, which a 30,000 mile car should not have. Let's see. Steering, you got your steering wheel controls for the radio and cruise control. Text speed, or voice. But as you can see, we'll cycle through the stuff here. We've been averaging 30 miles per gallon. I don't believe that for some reason. That was mostly highway driving, so that might have been why. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There we go. So, yeah, we've driven about 426 miles and got 360 miles on almost full tank. So we've been getting about 30 miles to the gallon. So, yeah. Over here we have the touchscreen radio, which has, let's see, I'm trying to find the home button. There it is. FM, AM, CD, USB iPod, Bluetooth audio, auxiliary, and your phone stuff. Now the aux thing is interesting because I looked everywhere in this car and could not find an aux port. This exact same thing happened in the Outlander we had as a rental a while ago, which I'll upload a review of soon. Sorry, I've been slacking on that. Because down here in this door, there's your 12 volt and a USB port. Which, there, now you can see it. There's a USB port, but I checked in there. I've checked in here. There's another 12 volt though. I've checked in here. There's just no aux port in this car, so that was kind of annoying. I've used the Bluetooth on this, and whenever you press the seek track button, there's a massive delay. So that was kind of annoying, but you got your cup holder down here, the shifter for the CVT trans, which, not a fan of the CVT in this car. It just kind of sucks. Real simple climate controls. You know, how hot do you want it, how hard do you want it, and where do you want it. You can put it in auto. It's kind of confusing. Your hazard. Your variable intermittent wipers, which we've needed here in Florida because it's always raining. This car surprisingly has fog lights for how low of a trim level it is, which they're on. You just flick. So I don't get why such a low trim car has fog lights standard. So over here, hard touch plastic. Now, I know I shouldn't be complaining about something you're never going to touch. Like, I'm never going to be driving down the road and be like this to the plastic on the dash. But it looks cheap. It just looks cheap, and it rattles like crazy, which is unacceptable for a car, honestly, anymore. The car should not be made this cheaply, but here we are. Anyway, here's the glove box. You've already seen this. Decent amount of space. Not the greatest thing in the world. Let's see. There's not a whole lot to talk about. There's like cup holders in the doors. That's a redeeming feature. Fully manual seats. Driving position's alright. I've driven this a little bit. It drives like my Civic and the Versa together, which the Versa might be mine soon. More news on that later. Not in this video. And the steering response, it's heavy, but it doesn't feel like electronic power steering, which is what this car has. So that is a good thing. That's a very good thing, that it is pretty responsive. I like that. Euro blank handle, you know. There's the headrest, and the rental agreement just fell out. No light for the mirror, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and, but this should not twist this much when I'm moving it. Also, let's unclip this here. This should not have that much wiggle room. I know I'm complaining about a car that isn't even mine and I paid no money for, but come on, Mitsubishi. Some people do pay money for this car. Let me put the rental papers back. So, anyway, your lights are up there, your rear view mirror with the flick down thing. There's the sun pass for the Florida Turnpike, because we're here. It's just a toll pass in general. This is a Maryland car, so everyone looks at us like we're completely lost, and we are. So yeah, there's, like I said, glossy black on plastic on the door. We'll go ahead and turn this car off. We'll go ahead and get out of the car. It has power mirrors, and these tweeter things are empty, it looks like. But yeah, those doors are not very solid. Coming around to the back with these flimsy ass doors. Go ahead and get in the car. I feel gross sitting here. And as you can see, I'm about 5'10". Good amount of leg room. That's where I was sitting earlier, so that's about how much you'd have. Because that thing up there, the footwell arches up very steeply and it's kind of uncomfortable. But as you can see, hard plastic, sort of, that's still really hard. Armrest, your window switch, door handle, you know. These seats suck. There's nothing else to say except the seats in this car just suck. These front ones are very uncomfortable, and these back ones, this is the first time I've sat back here. They're awful. So yeah, this pocket back here is for papers or whatever. And there is let's see if I can get it, a center armrest. It's actually a pretty good height to rest your arm. It sits flat with that. The screw thing's missing. It's right there. Thanks. Again, cheap rental car. So we'll go ahead and get out because I'm dying of heat stroke and I don't feel like sitting on the other side because it's just as bad. So we'll go ahead and find the seat release, which is located back here of all places. I don't know either. So yeah, this folds down, 60-40 split. Not much to say about that, except it splits, and I gotta grab the seatbelt now. These tensioners are stuck, so again, that adds to the idea that there's probably been an accident in this car's life. So yeah. But it's got a remote release, and you just lift down here. It's got a backup camera. I like the way these Lancers look, but here's the inside of the trunk. Kind of hard to close because I think these struts are crap. So yeah, you gotta slam it. But yeah, these Lancers are nice looking cars. I like the way they look. I just don't like anything else about them. There's your alloy wheels. So this car has the 2.4 liter Myvac engine. That's a 4-cylinder with a CVT, and this produces 167 horsepower and 167 pound-feet of torque. And this car always feels slow on the highway. Also, this engine bay is filthy. I don't think you guys want to hear more of this, so... Alright, I think it's about time to wrap this up and end the misery, so I will see you in the next one.